There's a saying, it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And from the outside looking in, you probably haven't seen much. Perhaps you've only heard of the cornfields and corn heads. Those are here, and here to stay. But look closer, and you'll discover where corn meets road is a group of people who make this place called Lincoln awesome. Here, strangers are welcomed as friends, and travelers are treated as locals. A place that when you leave is somehow unexpectedly on your mind. Like other growing cities, we've got it all. Award-winning local breweries, captivating museums, curated fine art, innovative cuisine, charming shops and boutiques, a rich tradition of sports, and a diverse selection of entertainment. Experience is what matters. And community, well, that's our pride and joy. It's why 297,622 people, and counting, call it home. So when you come to Lincoln and discover everything this big little town in the Midwest has to offer, remember, with every interaction, moment, and experience you have, don't just look. See.
Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. The signs of spring are everywhere. Flowers are blooming, and downtown the high schoolers and those familiar FFA jackets are everywhere as they gather for their annual convention. Warmer weather means a whole new season of fun activities in the capital city, and Jeff Mull joins me now to talk about some of those. But first, we have a few things we need to talk about.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we'll get to the events in a little bit, but I want to start by recognizing Mayor Don Wesley, who recently passed away. Such a consequential term he had as mayor, with so much getting done in the community.
Don's one of those guys, I think like 2 weeks before he passed, I had a chance to see him at an event, and hugely supportive of tourism, and some of those great projects include probably the one that most people remember is Haymarket Park.
And that started right after he was sworn in.
It did, and he was instrumental in finding ways that he had a heart for tourism. We've had a lot of great leaders in this community, most of which believe in tourism, but Don was passionate about building not only community, but building the destination. So that role, his role with Antelope Valley, look what Antelope Valley has turned into thanks to his leadership.
And there was a lot of talk at his memorial about how Haymarket Park and Antelope Valley and the other projects really set the stage and let Lincoln know we can do big things, like maybe an arena.
Yeah, once you get the framework there, it's up to generations beyond to finish it out. And so I think we've got a lot of work yet to do in tribute to Don and looking back on his life. But yeah, tough to see a man like that go.
Mm-hmm. With Husker baseball and softball now in action, and the Salt Dogs will be starting soon. So I hope people who go to Haymarket Park appreciate it and say thank you, Don.
100%.
All right, speaking of baseball and softball, we've got a new complex opening April 26th.
Sandhills Global Youth Complex at First and Cornhusker is ready to roll. There's been tournaments out there already. There's been games and practices. Our official grand opening ribbon cutting event will be April 26th, which is a Saturday at 5 o'clock. We will have Alex Gordon there. We will have Darren Erstad there throwing out ceremonial first pitches. Lots of great fanfare, and that will be a busy weekend. That will be the busiest weekend for the complex. We will have both baseball and softball tournaments going on there, and we're going to pause at 5 o'clock. Let's celebrate all that is good, the public-private partnership, and what a great footprint that's going to be for future youth sports developments.
We've got a few April showers going on today as we're taping, but hopefully the skies will be clear and the sun will be out, and
Chamber of Commerce Day, I promise.
Play ball.
That's right.
All right. We also want to touch on the convention center. I know you've been very involved in
Yep.
that. The site has been chosen just east of the Cornhusker Marriott. What's the next step?
Next step on Block 90, which is just east of the Cornhusker Hotel. When you walk out the hotel, right in front of you is where the convention center is going to go. A lot of the work's been done as far as analysis as to the desire to build, the need, the cost, how big the footprint's going to be. Now it's up to working with the landowners and the Garfield Group, which led the charge on that development, working with them on land acquisition, right away, utilities, demolition. I mean, it's a big lift. I've been telling people for the last 2 weeks, this wasn't an announce today kind of deal, dig tomorrow. It's going to be a long process, but the fun part for me is to be at the table and help with design and start to develop this 2- and 3-story building into being what is going to be a spectacle and an economic engine in downtown Lincoln.
Another big step for our community. And first, before we get to events, I know you are a big fan of the Branched Oak Observatory. And they, that weird blizzard we had March 19th took out their Earth antenna. Have you heard anything about what's going on with that?
I actually talked to Matt Anderson. He's on a lookout for a replacement. The Earth Moon Earth antenna was the ability that you on Earth could talk to the moon, and it was just an amazing experience what could happen with that antenna. Way too much wind happening in our part of the country lately, and so stay tuned, branchedoakobservatory.com, as well as their Facebook page, and prayers for Matt and his staff that they can come up with a replacement in short order.
Okay, I guess that's all the time we have. No, I'm just kidding.
Lots of great stuff right there. Thanks for the opportunity.
We haven't even talked about events yet, and we're going to start with the Husker Games. This is a new event, so if you're sad there's no spring Husker football game, this is the replacement, a complete day of activities.
Yeah, an opportunity to still get together and celebrate Husker athletics. There'll be tours to the Osborne Legacy Complex, the Husker Equipment Sale, where they sell excess player merchandise and equipment. Cool. Really cool opportunity, and a chance to enjoy some Husker football preview, football, volleyball, soccer teams, football activities. I think they're doing an all-star flag football event.
Wow.
At Memorial Stadium.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So a great reason to still come to Lincoln and celebrate Husker sports.
And don't forget the Food Truck Festival.
Oh, yum, yum.
Yeah, always got to talk about food.
Yes.
And another athletic event at the university is rodeo. We've got a big rodeo coming up at the Sandhills Global Event Center. Yeah, the Sandhills Global Event Center will host the Great Plains region, the Nebraska Cornhusker College Rodeo Challenge. They'll compete for a chance to represent the Great Plains region at the College National Finals Rodeo. Great qualifier event right here in our backyard. Cool. All right. First weekend in May means marathon time, but it all kicks off with the Mayor's Run the Saturday before. It's a spectacle. Watching a bunch of little kids and parents and grandparents trying to run around the Capitol. It's a precursor to marathon weekend, so lots of great things going on there. Get the entire family involved and accompany younger runners in some heats. Should be a lot of fun. All right. And the May 4th, then, the marathon and half marathon take over the city. Might be a little hard getting around that day, so you want to make sure you check out the routes. As always, it gets in the way of your Sunday travels to church. So if you've not understand, you don't know what the route is, look up the marathon website. This will start and finish on campus, the city campus. It runs across the city. You'll get a chance to see people, runners around Holmes Lake, Capitol Parkway, Sheridan Boulevard, A Street, South Street. Great course. Probably one of the favorite courses of a lot of runners every year when they come to Lincoln. It's a beautiful, hopefully the city will look beautiful. No rain that day. Yeah. Kind of cool for the runners. And yeah, but the trees are in bloom. It's going to be gorgeous. Really well. All right, the Lincoln Stars are heading into the Clark Cup playoffs, and we're a little unsure right now on when exactly they're going to play, but they're going to play in Lincoln. Yeah, they'll play either April 18th or 19th. Lincoln will be playing on the 19th at home regardless of whether it's game 1 or game 2. Still a lot to shuffle out in the USHL Hockey Association. Best season the Stars have had in recent memory. This is their opportunity to win the Clark Cup and get a chance to play for the Anderson Cup, which hasn't been done as far as playing for and winning since 2003, Diana. 2003, the Stars have won the Anderson Cup 4 times. Yeah. This would be number 5. Yeah. Get out and get a ticket and be a fan. Okay. And we want to mention, if you want to strap on some skates and get out there, the Public Skate and Cosmic Skate are both offered at the John Breslow Ice Hockey Center. You'll want to go on the website and check the dates and the times on that. Again, public skating times, and also the Cosmic Skate, which is night skating with lights and music. I'll stick with the plain old skate. No Cosmic Skate for this guy. I have enough trouble without skates. So, all right, we're going to do a nature segment. Back to nature, starting with Earth Day. Yeah, head out to Nebraska Innovation Campus and celebrate with our friends over there. Exhibitors, food vendors, Diane, yes, food, green vehicles, and so much more. Free event, great way to kick off Lincoln's Earth Day 2025. Years ago, I had an opportunity to talk to the guy who created the Recycle logo.
Really?
Yes, we had a
Local
little.
cat?
No, I think he's from California. We
Gotcha.
had a feature in our recycling publication that we did, and had a picture of him, and yeah, it was quite interesting to find out how that all evolved.
And a good reminder to recycle.
That's right.
Don't ever give up recycling. It's a
Nope.
good thing for the community.
Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to talk about some critters now. This one is it's going to be an interesting event at Spring Creek Prairie Audubon Center. Smelly Science, Weasels and Skunks Stink.
No kidding.
Yeah, they do.
Huh, I'll be darned. After the indoor session, you'll get a chance to participate and head out on a hike once you learn about everything indoors. The Prairie for hands-on activities and learning about the Eastern Spotted Skunk Community Science Project.
Yes.
You'll wrap up back indoors with a lively trivia game, fun goodies, and helpful resources. This sounds like a fun event, stinky event, but a fun
Could be
event.
stinky.
Could
What
be.
I want to know is if you come face to face with a skunk,
What do you do?
what do you do?
Stop, drop, and roll.
I think that's a different circumstance.
That's
but-
different, I'm sorry.
Or maybe it's one where you get big and
Right.
act like a bear.
Or do you just run?
I would run.
I would too.
Well, I guess you can go to this event and find out if skunks are fast. Who
Yeah, and
knows?
please register ahead of time too.
Yes.
They would welcome that.
All right. And your chance to explore a saline wetland is coming up on May 1st. April is Wetlands Month, and this is the Game and Parks Commission partnering with the Platte Basin Time Lapse and the Lower Platte South NRD.
Relatively new attraction for me, the Marsh Wren Saline Wetland north of Lincoln, investigating the unique characteristics of saline wetland by foot. With short stops to hear information from experts. Migratory Bird Month, lots of things going on out at the Wren Sanctuary.
Yes, April is also Nebraska Bird Month, and May is Migratory Bird Month. So we're going to do our bird segment now, coming up following the Marsh Wrens. We're going to do Super Bird Saturday back at Spring Creek.
Yeah, free event to celebrate the spring bird migration with activities for the entire family. One of my favorite hidden secrets, I still think Spring Creek Prairie needs to be discovered by more people, so a couple great opportunities there.
Okay. Pioneers Park Nature Center is hosting a Mother's Day bird walk. And I circled the word slow in this because mothers are very busy people. This is a slow walk.
And they would appreciate
Yes.
being outside,
Yes.
taking a nature walk, get a chance to involve yourself in the wetlands, the woodlands, bring your own binoculars, or request to borrow a pair from the Nature Center. Please register by May 7th. Great surprise for mother if you want to take her out
There
for a
you
Mother's
go.
Day walk.
Sounds nice and peaceful.
I love it.
All right, we're going to do a repeat here. A couple months ago, we talked about Whimsy 2, Quilts of a Feather at the International Quilt Museum. And we mentioned that the fanciful and playful quilts, this one inspired by a quilt made entirely of feathers. Now, I haven't seen it yet. My sister actually took this photo for me, but I hope to get out there and see it for myself. This quilt is entirely made of feathers, made by Mary Barker of Missouri in 1876. If you are intrigued, as I am, the Quilts of a Feather exhibition runs through July 19th. Isn't that beautiful?
And their permanent collection, Diane, at the International Quilt Museum is a international must-see. So that's a lot of feathers.
That's a lot of feathers.
It's a lot of feathers.
And
You
they've
know it's got to
lasted
be soft as all get out.
1876.
The preservation process. If you go to the Quilt Study Center and you see stuff, just ask about how they do what they do. How do they keep things in the condition that they do? It's truly amazing.
Okay, we're going to finish our critter segment by talking about ancient critters. We're talking, of course, about T-Rex, the Spinosaurus,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Raptors.
yeah,
Yeah, this is the big animatronic
yeah.
herd.
This is the world's most popular Dino event
Dino?
featuring a herd of life-size animatronic dinosaurs. Like, this is going to take you back in time.
Yes.
This isn't just stills. Like, you're going to just close your eyes just for a minute, and there you are. You're back roaming with the dinosaurs.
I want to hear the noise, the big roars. A little
Little
scary.
kids doing it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it. Not me.
I think
Little
it'd give me
kids.
nightmares. Okay, spring is here. Farmers markets are back. Yay! The historic Haymarket Farmers Market, the granddaddy of them all,
Yes.
kicks off May 3rd.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. 8 a.m. to noon, Saturdays starting May 3rd should be a lot of fun in the Haymarket.
Sunday Farmers Market then at College View starts the next day.
Yeah, an annual tradition, Seventh-day Adventist Church, a lot of fun there. Their parking lot will be overtaken by booths.
And midweek farmers market is the Hub Farmers Market at Union Plaza, and that starts May 7th.
Great opportunity to go out and pick something up on the weekday, take it home, and fix yourself a market meal.
Okay, we have a new one. Lancaster Promotions Farmers Market Plus. This is Sundays as well, starting May 4th. This is at LaSalle Gardens, which is like a garden center. It's way out east, 140th and O Street.
It's not too far out.
Not too far out.
140th.
It looks like a beautiful place.
Yeah,
so.
it should be an opportunity. So what do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I'm
know
not sure
we're
about
missing
sure about Fallbrook. I saw something where maybe they're taking a year and finding a new location or whatever. But we'll check. We'll keep checking on Fallbrook to see if that is a go this year
Yeah,
or not.
check
but
back next month.
There you go. Okay. If you're in the mood to buy some plants, the big one, the Spring Affair plant sale is coming up the 25th and 26th.
Largest plant sale in the Great Plains, Diane, offering thousands of perennials, annuals, herbs, grasses, shrubs, and trees. Great opportunity to get a kickstart to your lawn and landscaping needs.
And this is the Nebraska Statewide Arboretum's biggest fundraiser of the year. So buy some plants and help the Arboretum.
Love it.
All right. We have several events now that celebrate the diversity in our great city, and we're going to start with wine, chocolate, and tango.
What excites you more, the chocolate truffles, the delicious meal, or just being able to tango?
I think it's a great combo.
It is a great
Yeah, I
combo.
can't choose.
All proceeds to El Centro to support the programs and services provided over 40 years by El Centro. Great opportunity at the Lincoln Marriott Cornhusker Hotel.
Then the Nebraska Czechs are getting ready for their 55th annual Czech Festival. Don Wesley would like this one.
Yes, yes, for sure. The annual festival includes ethnic foods like everybody's favorite kolaches.
Did you notice I capitalized
I know
kolaches?
you did.
Yes.
Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
What flavor?
Apricot, I think.
Okay, I'm right there with you.
Peach, apricot,
yeah.
but really any kind.
I won't do peach or apricot on anything else but a kolache. It's absolute gold. Should be a lot of fun. Glassware, garnet jewelry, great music, arts and crafts. Should be a lot of fun. Program will also include youth talent performances.
And the
Czech
Playmore,
heritage.
the Playmore is always such a cool place to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of history there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the Lincoln AAPI Heritage Celebration is coming up at Sand Hills. This is Asian Community and Cultural Center's celebration of Asian American and Pacific Island cultures.
Yep, free event honoring the Year of the Snake with cultural performances, as you mentioned. Asian cuisine. Last year, over 2,500 community members came together to celebrate this event at the Sand Hills Global Event Center.
The food gets me every time.
We need to do a food show.
We do.
We
With
get
tastings.
to eat the yes,
We'll
for
fill
sure.
this table with
Right.
food.
I like it.
Okay. Ignite Lincoln is coming up at the Rococo then, April 17th. 10 speakers share what they're passionate about, and they have a very strict format.
20 slides in 5 minutes.
There you go.
And to talk about what you're passionate about, get that narrowed down. Should be a lot of fun. 100% of the proceeds from this goes to sponsorship and ticket sales back to Ignite Lincoln.
Okay. Postcards from Lincoln, the final program of the year, features one of Lincoln's treasures. Actually, two of Lincoln's treasures. The first is the Capitol, and the second is Bob Ripley, who was the administrator for over 40 years.
Yeah, he oversaw a lot of renovations, restorations, all in an effort to maintain our beautiful landmark Capitol building. Still ranks in the top 5 tourist attractions across the state of Nebraska, if not the region. I think more people need to give our state capitol a chance, and this is a great opportunity at St. Paul United Methodist Church to learn more.
And the program is called the Capitol's Next Century, so
Makes you wonder.
makes you wonder. Go
Might
out
be a
and-
convention center attached to it. I don't know.
maybe under the Capitol we could do an
Yeah,
excavation.
you know there's tunnels down there, right?
Yes, I've been in.
I'm sure you
I
have.
have. The Lincoln Children's Business Fair is an opportunity to check out what our creative kids are doing.
Yeah, kids get a chance to develop a brand, create a product or service, build a marketing strategy, and then open for customers at this one-day marketplace. Take place at the Acton Academy. It's a free event. Great opportunity to see what our young entrepreneurs are up to in Lincoln.
Yeah, sounds pretty cool. All right, theater. We're going to move to the theater segment now, and I don't know if you know this, I love disaster movies. The worse they are, the better.
Like the end of the world stuff?
Yeah.
Is that that kind of stuff?
Sharknado's a personal favorite.
Wow.
Very
Wow.
campy, very
Okay.
goofy.
Learning a lot.
Well, Nebraska Wesleyan is presenting musical called Disaster. This goes back to 1979, opening night on a floating casino discotheque, and it turns into a disco inferno.
I have to read this. What starts as a mild case of boogie fever quickly bell-bottoms out into a full-fledged disco inferno. Let's go. This sounds like a lot of fun.
Hold on to your sideburns, hot stuff. This hilarious musical will have you hooked on a feeling in no time with its lineup of 34 classic hits.
Nebraska Wesleyan, you have written a true classic right there.
Man, I got to see this.
This looks like a lot of fun.
It
April
does.
24th through the 27th and May 1st through the 4th.
All right. If you're in for something a little more serious,
All right.
then you can head down to Hickman for a play Next to Normal. I have seen a production of this. It's very, very good. Explores how one suburban household copes with crisis and mental illness.
Yeah, winner of 3 2009 Tony Awards, including Best Musical Score and 2010 Pulitzer Prize. Next to Normal takes audience from the minds and hearts of each character, including the mother, who is bipolar, presenting their family story with love, sympathy, and heart.
Yes. Boy, that was kind of a jolting transition there, but
We really did.
let's get back on track with a little Cinderella. Community Playhouse is bringing this timeless classic to the stage.
Magical Fairy Tale is reborn with Rodgers and Hammerstein's hallmarks of originality, charm, and elegance. Should be a lot of fun down in Lincoln, down on 56th and Capitol Parkway.
There we go. And another shift in tone, God of Carnage. Omni Arts is doing this production. This is another one that I have seen. It's very interesting. A playground altercation between two kids brings together two sets of parents, and things get a little testy.
So you focus on the kids a little bit, and then you realize that the couples have more than just their principles in tatters. Kind of looking at the parents, the couples, the kids. Sounds like a deep production at the Lead
Yes, it
Center.
is. Carnage is a good word for that.
Did we talk about Carnage back there with the disaster thing too? Because this is, sorry, I keep coming back to that.
Yes, the theater Carnage segment.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun.
Let's shift to some music. Nebraska Brass and Friends is featuring a percussionist, Kevin Kroon.
How many years? 37 years, did they say?
Whoa, yeah, it's the 4th series of their 37th season.
That's a big deal, and we
Yes.
encourage people to get over to artsincorporated.org /NB for the production itself. You'll get to learn more about the Nebraska Brass and their friends.
Alban Music is presenting Mozart's Requiem. He was only 35 when he became ill composing this funeral mass. It's a work of overwhelming power, and it's going to feature Wesleyan Choir, Alban Music Chorus, and for a preview of their performance they're going to do over in Europe.
Yeah, back in, take you over to Prague in June of 2025. So good opportunity to see something that's really kind of a worldly production.
Yes, yes. And LSO has 2 shows coming up. A Tightrope Across Time. Now this is a world premiere by LSO's composer in residence, Elena Ruhr.
Yeah, she's praised in the New York Times for writing music full of soaring melodies and great harmonies. After intermission, pianist Simone Dinnerstein
Looks good.
dazzles with Brahms' majestic Piano Concerto No. 2, and then we'll leave you with the Lincoln Youth Symphony back to the stage for a side-by-side performance of Beethoven's Egmont Overture.
No tricky
did it.
words, no
Yes.
tricky pronunciations in that one. But let's see if we can get through the second concert without blowing a pronunciation. LSO presents Lights and Renewal, Friday, May 9th.
Yeah, mesmerizing guitarist Gigi to transport listeners to a springtime in the gardens of Spain. Lots of great things going on at the Lead Center. More Brahms' beautiful Symphony No. 4, and just a lot of great music there as we wrap up our music segment.
There we go, and I think we pronounced everything correctly.
I
so.
did a really, really good job this time. Diane usually saves me. If you don't watch on a regular basis, you should, because Diane does a great job of saving me.
Thank you very much. And now for something completely different. You've heard of Go Yoga,
Gotcha.
right? We
Yep,
covered that
we
one.
talked about that.
This is Bee Yoga.
The Bee Lab at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln conducts research and extension education programs aimed at better understanding the various stressors affecting wild and managed bee health. Just as bees play a vital role in pollinating plants, Bee Yoga aims to pollinate peace by fostering inner balance and connecting individuals to nature's rhythms through the gentle art of yoga and the healing power of bees.
This is going to, you have guided yoga poses,
Okay.
mindful breathing, and the presence of live honeybees.
Does that freak you out at all?
A little bit,
Okay.
but I mean, I'm sure they're well-behaved honeybees.
Sure they are. And if they reduce my stress, I am all about it.
And they're not killer bees, they're honeybees.
No.
So anyway, calm your minds, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of serenity that can carry over into your everyday life.
Yeah, our friends at the UNL Pollinator Garden and Outdoor Classroom will host this wonderful event as we wrap up a busy, busy month.
I did not know there was a bee lab at UNL until I saw this event, so I looked it up. If you want to find out more about the bee lab and the work they're doing there, it's blab.unl.edu.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
You know, we're
All
still raising bees on top of the Cornhusker Hotel, and
That's
they're
right.
producing honey up there, so
Nice honeybees.
love me some honey.
All right. Tell us where we can find out. I had to leave a lot of stuff out, so tell
Oh
us
my
where we
gosh.
can find the whole list.
A bigger, much more comprehensive list is available at our website, lincoln.org, or you can give us a call at 434-534-48, 434-5348. That's our visitor center down at 7th and P.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah,
We're
thank
looking
you.
forward to hearing more about the convention center, and also bring us some pictures from the grand opening of the ballpark.
Next week or next month we'll do it.
Okay, all right. Two of the biggest names in their fields, violinist Itzhak Perlman and astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, are coming to the Leeds Center. Those are just two of the events coming up at the Leeds Center for Performing Arts, and we'll be running a whole list during the break. Then Tim Savona joins us from Pinewood Bowl and Pinnacle Bank Arena, so stay with us. Welcome back to Out and About. Tim Savona joins us now. He's the general manager of Pinnacle Bank Arena and Pinewood Bowl, a busy guy.
We are busy. Our team is staying active.
Yes, you survived March Madness.
We did. It was such tournaments are a blast.
Yes, they
They're
are.
a blast. So many memories. A lot of upsets. It feels like if you look
Yeah.
at the seeds. Looks
And
like a
then
lot
there
of
was
upsets.
that amazing shot.
Oh man, it was on Sports Center, right? Was it
Yes,
like top 10 or was
like
it number
their-
one?
I think it was their number one.
That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
that was Pius
Yeah, Pius.
student who hit that just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long
that was
game
from,
winner.
That was from South Lincoln, man. That was down there.
Good national attention for our community.
Yes, it was. So we've got a lot of new shows to talk about. We're just
do,
going to run
yeah.
through the list in chronological order, and the first thing coming up next, well, whatever, is Monster Jam.
Monster Jam, yeah, annual staple. We do a 2-day event. We do one show, and then we do 2 shows. And on the Saturday afternoon, there's like a pre-party where you can come out if you want to buy it, and you can get on the dirt, see the trucks up close. But this is just one of those great family-friendly events that everybody comes out to. Gives the kids a chance to see some big trucks. It's loud, it's fun, it's dirty. But
Dirty.
It's a good time.
Okay, then you got to get all the dirt out of there by April 24th for Mercy Meat.
Yeah, Mercy Me's a really good story right now. We had them 2 years ago, and they put on a fantastic show. Zach Williams is opening, and he's really well known, and that's equaling a really good equation. We're way ahead of ticket sales from last time where we finished, so that just shows how the brand and the bands themselves are really growing and attracting larger audiences.
Great.
That should be a really good night.
Dynasty Combat Sports is back with its Spring Brawl. This is they do this show twice a year.
Yeah, we have a partner locally, so this is on May 3rd. They do a spring one and a winter one.
That's right.
And
Seasons beatings.
Yeah, seasons
yes.
beatings. Yeah, it's good business. It's a lot of local fighters. There's some amateurs. There's some pros. They put a card together. A lot of those people's family and friends come out for a night of it to see them compete. They can win some money. So it's just something different and something fun. And we have a really good partnership there that we've worked on for. They've been with us ever since the building opened.
Okay. A busy August starts with Creed on August 1st.
Yeah, we start to hit this little weird phase, once we get through April, where May, June, and July, pretty quiet. Even when we get to Pinewood, it's awkwardly quiet. And what we've seen in the industry really is the first kind of 6 months of the year are much more calm when it comes to concerts and events
Right.
than a normal year. Of course, we like to have balance, right? We'd love to have everything spread out and spaced perfectly. It just doesn't happen that way, you know? The artists are on the schedules they're on, the tours come through in the way they do. And so for us, that just means, hey, we got kind of this weird period of May, June, and July where we're going to be a little quiet. But then watch out, because once we hit August, I mean, we're going to pack 12 to 16 months worth of content into like 5 to 7 months. So it's all going to be there, but we're going to give it to you like, you know, ebbs and flows. It's a roller coaster.
Right. And Creed starts all that off.
Creed starts it off on August 1st. Having a huge run right now. Last year they had a big tour that sold out across the board. This is a big night for us. We're doing really well with it. We certainly encourage people, you know, get your tickets, get them in. Anytime people purchase, it helps set us up for like the next show.
Right.
You know, it takes the pressure off and we can move onto them more and kind of build that story up. But yeah, this is doing really well, and Wolf Van Halen is on that tour, as is Daughtry. So really good package of bands.
Okay. A lot of people have August 22nd through the 24th on their schedule. This is the big AVCA volleyball.
Yeah, the first 6 matches of the season. They call it week 0 because it starts before the official season. But these do count. These are real games. But yeah, we'll have 3 straight nights of doubleheader volleyball, nationally televised all 3 days. And right now we have 3-day packages on sale. And then in about a week or 2, we will go on sale with the individual sessions for whatever inventory remains. There will be some tickets for that, but there won't be a lot. So I genuinely say, if you want to go see that, make sure you get them as soon as you can, because that's going to be 3 straight sellout nights.
And some of the, of course, the best teams in the nation, including Nebraska,
Yeah.
along with Stanford, Penn State, Pittsburgh, Creighton, Florida, Kansas, and Vanderbilt, and could be a national champion in there.
I would think there is, between Nebraska, Stanford, Pitt, Penn State.
Definitely some past champions.
Yes, yes, pretty special weekend ahead of us.
Okay, August is going to probably have a few more shows in it, maybe?
Yes, it will. It will certainly. Yeah. In fact, we will be announcing a show for August next week.
Okay,
So yeah,
stay tuned.
yeah.
Moving on to September, then Nate Bargatze.
Bargatze.
I'm going to get it one of these days. September 11th brings Big Dumb Eyes.
You know, I always said Bargatze, but I watched his special and his daughter introduced him, and she's like, "My dad, Nate Bargatze."
There you go.
So I figured she's saying it right, so that's why I altered my tune there. But yeah, Nate, huge artist. He plays in the middle of the floor, all the way around seating. Huge comic right now. He's got a phenomenal following. He's got tons of specials on Netflix and Amazon Prime. And, you know, he's family friendly. It's clean comedy, which makes it a lot of fun, very relatable stuff, as, you know, a lot of his stuff's about being a father or a husband. But it's pretty neat if you can go to something like that and laugh and be entertained and take your kids with you. You know, it's not always clean, but he is.
Ticket sales?
Ticket sales are great. They are still available. Again, it's a huge building because it's in the round. So, yeah, doing great, but certainly there's some to be had, and you can get some good seats if you get on it.
Okay. One of the new announcements since I've seen you last is Cody Johnson, and
Yeah.
started with 1 show and has added a second.
Yeah, started with 1 and morphed to 2. Very exciting for us. You know, this is the first concert event that we have hosted outside of Garth Brooks to do more than 1 night in a row.
Wow.
So big story, big for our community, big for our brand as a whole. Good story for us to tell out there that we can do the business. And yeah, two great nights. I will say Saturday night, there are some tickets left. There's very few. It's very slim pickings to Saturday. Friday has some inventory left, but it's all kind of in the same area. But both shows doing extraordinarily well. They wouldn't have added the second if it wasn't the case. So yeah, 2 nights. So, you know, if you're paying attention, Nate Bargatze on Thursday, Cody Johnson Friday, Cody Johnson Saturday, and oh yeah, somewhere in there will be a Husker football game on Saturday morning.
And then 18th, another country star, Jason Aldean.
Yeah. Get your breath, get your sleep back, and come right back for Jason Aldean September 18th. You know, mega star, mega hits, lots of #1s, lots of awards. You know, his brand is phenomenal. Please come out and support these shows.
Okay. We're going to wrap up with 3 new announcements, starting September 30th with Sleep Token, even in Arcadia.
Yeah, so Sleep Token is a pretty neat story. They're only doing about 19 dates on this tour.
Wow.
And they're mostly like in Minneapolis, Oakland, New York, Boston, like big markets. And we were able to slip in there, which is super special. We are very grateful. This show is sold out.
Wow.
Yeah, there might be 30 tickets out there if you can find them, but it's, yeah, huge,
Wow.
huge, just bam, gone. So,
Amazing.
hey, sometimes, I'd be lying to you if I said I'm familiar. I mean, I am now, but
Tell me about what kind of music they do.
they're like, I don't know, they're rock, they're alternative, I wouldn't say they're heavy metal, but they do have moments of heavy. They have a lot of wave to their music, to their sound. It's like it's slow and easy, and then it gets hard and heavy. But they're very big storytellers, very theatrical, very intelligent marketers with what they do and how they promote. And their fan base is unbelievable. I mean, these fans are awesome. They're super intrigued and entwined in their brand. So it's going to be a blast.
Great. Okay, then. Another new announcement, October 9th, Jordan Davis.
Yeah, this is our newest one. As we sit here and tape this today, that show's on sale today.
Yay.
So October 9th, Jordan Davis. It feels to me like a Parker McCollum kind of a show with one of those, very popular artists, lots of awards, well-known songs, and just kind of building their touring business and their brand. But Jordan Davis has a sneaky amount of songs with his name on it. If you dig into that, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's him. I mean, a sneaky amount. So really excited for that show, and nice to slip something into not September.
Okay. All right. Treat for the holidays, December 12th. Bert Kreischer is coming back. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Permission to Party Tour. This is the guy who sometimes doesn't wear a shirt.
Yeah, he likes to perform with his shirt off as part of his brand. The movie Van Wilder was loosely based on his life. That's a fun fact.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but
He
Bert,
looks like a wild man.
yeah, he's wild. He's definitely a different style of comedy than Nate. We had
Not
him,
family. What is it? Family friendly?
probably not so much.
Okay.
But yeah, you do your own homework and decide for yourself. Public service announcement.
Andrew knows. He's laughing over there.
Do your own homework. But
Okay, stupid question, right? Okay.
he's he's hilarious. And we had him 2 years ago, had a huge crowd, huge audience. Really excited to have him back in December. And, it tends to be a quiet time for us. So it's a really good filler to the calendar and gives people something to do in that winter month kind of window.
And now I know what to get Andrew for Christmas, right? Okay, all right. Let's move out to Pinewood Bowl.
Yeah.
2 new shows to announce, and that brings the total to 8 so far?
Yeah, 8 so far. And, I'll say on the arena, we have more lined up for the next few weeks.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's going to be more coming for the fall and maybe even into the new year. So keep your eyes on the stuff if you're into the concert going and entertainment scene, because it's going to keep coming.
Will do. Okay, Pinewood starts off, right now it starts off June 13th, but we usually start in May, don't we?
Yeah, we usually do. We usually have 2 to 3 shows in May and like 2 or 3 in June. And again, back to the pattern of this year, everything's just kind of shifted back. I'd be shocked if we had something before Billy Currington.
Okay.
Last month I wouldn't have said that because we had a Target in May, and then that moved to like August or September. So it keeps moving. But right now, I'd be shocked to see anything happen in May. It kind of goes with the tune of our year as a whole, with everything kind of being backloaded. But June 13th, Billy Currington will start us off. Fun country show. Just announced the support on that, so check it out. A fun way to kick off the season. I mean, it's good music out there to break it in. Season opener.
Okay, then June 17th is Chicago.
Yeah, we're grateful to have a lot of history with Chicago. They've been here a couple times. Always do really well. The show's selling great. Wonderful audiences. And just, again, a list of hits. I know you're a Chicago fan, aren't you?
I am. And a shout out to my friend Doug Evans. He called me after he saw last month's show and had some fun information about Chicago. So, yeah, lots of fans out there. They go way back.
Good.
Okay. Then we're going to take a break for the annual Pinewood Bowl musical. Thank you so much for continuing this great tradition. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat is coming up July 10th through the 13th and 17th through 20th. The website is different. Okay, your website is pinewoodbowltheater.com. If you want to if you want information on the musical, that's pinewoodbowl.org. So just wanted to make sure people
Yep.
weren't confused about that. So
Yep.
that's
different,
always
different brands, different entities,
right.
working in one wonderful partnership.
But yes, it's a kind of a nice break for your
It
for
is.
you during that time. But
Yeah, it's good, and it's a great. They do such a good job. They've
They
been
do.
around for so long, and
they work so hard, and,
So
and it's
hard.
usually so hot.
yeah, they're just awesome people. Do great stuff for this community, and please go support those shows. I think they're free, aren't they?
No,
Or they
they're,
take a-
they're very
Yeah,
family
okay,
friendly.
gotcha.
Yes. So take a blanket out, get some fried chicken,
Yeah,
you know,
good.
have a good time. Okay, then the concerts start back up August 2nd with Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
Yeah, back to our history of Wild August. So yeah, Pinewood has 4 and another one on the way. So 5 at Pinewood are going to be in August, in addition to all the
Wow.
arena business. So yeah, it's going to be wild. Rainbow Kitten Surprise, August 2nd. Really, really fun band. Been around a little bit. Kind of an alternative, unique kind of vibe to them. Have some really great music. Really great music. Check them out. They're fun. That's to me, like, that's what Pinewood is about. Is shows like Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
To me, they're about shows like August 5th, Weird Al Yankovic, who's another favorite of mine. but
Here we are talking about Weird Al again.
I know, we've been talking about him for months.
12 months,
but
I think.
Yes, bigger and weirder. That's all we're going to say. Bigger and weirder.
Yeah.
Weird Al
Yeah.
keeps going.
I will tell you, there's less than 200 tickets for that show.
Yeah.
It's essentially sold out. So
Big fall.
if you want to see it, go get them now because they're not going to be any left soon.
Okay. Good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Another new announcement, August 21st, Collective Soul, and then I'm not Plus Live Plus.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just called live.
Okay. Just called live.
Yeah. Yep. Awesome.
Sometimes punctuation gets me.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. They this is like a co-bill, you know, like 2 headliners in one. We have a couple of those this year. I'm really excited for this show. You know, some of that kind of 90s era rock. We don't get a ton of that around, so it's nice to see it at Pinewood, and I think it's another awesome fit for the space there. A lot of good music that appeals to a lot of people, you know, just cross-generational.
Another double bill, Indigo Girls and Melissa Etheridge. Again, 2 headliners.
2 headliners again. You know, you get two for your money. Blast of a show, doing well with tickets. It's a Saturday night, which is always a plus when you have a weekend show to look forward to. Yeah, a lot of hits there. You know, they're like 90s too, right? So maybe not the rock genre, but definitely a eclectic, awesome mix of music.
Okay, another new show, September 19th, an evening with Nebraska's own Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, our local friend Larry the Cable Guy, just an awesome artist with awesome history. He's hilarious.
He is
He's fun.
hilarious.
He's out there in the community a lot. You know, he's at a lot of the Husker activities and games. You know,
And
big Husker
he
fan.
has supported with given a lot of financial support to some very important organizations and causes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yeah, a guy that gives back to his community a lot.
Definitely.
Hopefully, you know, we can give back to him here in this wonderful Friday night performance.
There you go. Go Larry. You know, the Cable Guy thing started out as a radio bit.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. He was, one of these people on some radio show somewhere, and that's where he developed the character.
Huh.
Yeah,
Go figure.
look it up.
Now I got some history. Thank you.
September 27th, and this is pretty late for Pineville. Hopefully we won't be in our parkas for Three Dog Night and Little River Band.
You know, it's still September, so I'm confident we're okay. I'll get a little bit flirty in October, but we're gonna be okay in September. Three Dog Night's a classic band. Man, they have a lot of hits. Little River Band, another kind of co-bill.
Right.
Their music's a little bit different from one another, which makes it an extra fun night, you know, appealing to some different audiences. But yeah, right now this is the closer. I don't know. There's been some talk about October. I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Yeah.
I think we're going to add one in August. I think we're going to add one in September, and then there's another 1 to 3 pending that are anywhere from June to October. So we'll see. 11, 12 shows is probably likely. 2 more on the way puts us at 10, and we'll see if one of those last 3 hits.
I'm not sure how Lincoln would respond with a combo sledding down the sledding hill out at Pioneers Park combined with the concert.
There's only one way to find out. We should try it.
I should dare you.
Yeah.
I dare you. Okay, that would be kind of fun. Sled into the concert.
Yeah,
There
come
you
on
go.
in. Little
Okay.
Winter Wonderland, a Winterfest.
The place to find out more about all the great shows coming up, pinnaclebankarena.com and pinewoodbowltheater.com. And sounds like you've got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, the team is busy, doing great work, and look forward to a great summer and fall.
All right, and that is all for this edition of Out and About. Again, I want to thank Jeff and Tim for joining me. After the show, we'll run a full list, so get out your pens or pencils so you can write down some of the details. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you out and about, and enjoy our spring.
There's a saying, it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. And from the outside looking in, you probably haven't seen much. Perhaps you've only heard of the cornfields and cornheads. Those are here, and here to stay. But look closer, and you'll discover like 297,622 people, and counting, call it home. So when you come to Lincoln and discover everything this big little town in the Midwest has to offer, remember, with every interaction, moment, and experience you have, don't just look. See.